Welcome to another edition of 2-Year-Olds in Training by the Harness Edge. I'm Harold Howe, and we're here with John Butenschoen to talk, well, a lot of 2-year-olds. But before we do that, I've got to congratulate you on last year. It never got any recognition, but you did $1.7 million. Career year for you.
Yep.
And obviously you woke up a year ago January and learned how to train horses.
Yeah, that's what it seems like. I like being the underdog. I mean, I lived out in the cornfields and in the sticks my whole life in Illinois there. We had marginal success. I did have a horse once that made $2.5 million for me, but that's okay. I'd rather not be known, fly under the radar, and last year was just a great year. I mean, everything that could go right did go with the horses. Started off very unfortunate year. Two of my second trainers I had down here last year passed away within 3 weeks of each other just after we left Florida. So it was a pretty rough beginning to the year, and I think the team kind of dedicated themselves, and we had the right horses to do it. So it worked out well.
Well, let's talk about one of them was All-Star Partner. He didn't get a lot of recognition either, even though he won the final of the Pennsylvania Sires, made $282,000, 2-year-old record 51-4. Time doesn't mean anything anymore, but it's a record. A 4-star Shark. Now tell us how you picked him out and what you think of him going into another campaign. Can he step it up, or is he a Pennsylvania Sire horse?
I don't know. That remains to be the question. We take them into some of the things. We give them the shot at the Meadowland Space. We skipped the North America Cup, skipped a couple of the other bigger ones, and we don't want to chase the golden ring and step over some dollars he did real well in the Pennsylvania Sires there last year. Nothing in particular. Brittany Farms has got a great select band of broodmares, and over the years there's a lot of them that kind of fall through the cracks a little bit. When we looked at this colt, I really liked him as an individual, and I thought if he would have been a Some Beach somewhere, he would have been a $75,000 or $100,000 yearling just off of his conformation and pedigree and the way he looked. 4-star Shark didn't scare VIP stable bottom, and their best horse was River Shark up to that point. So they've had some luck. So we gave it a roll, and obviously if you look at his stake schedule last year, we limited him pretty much to the Pennsylvania Sires. But there's a lot of money there, and if he can do good in the Pennsylvania Sires and pick up a few nickels and dimes here or there elsewhere, we'll be pleased.
Okay, now another one you had who did a little damage is Amped Up Hanover, an explosive matter gelding, $119,000. I mean, not a world champion, but you'll take one of them every year, won't you?
Yeah, those are the type of horses we're looking to try and find. Reasonably priced yearlings that can go out, compete at the sire stake level, and we aim for the B and C class sort of stakes. Try and keep our staking nomination fees, nominal. It's very expensive. And if
he didn't miss many paydays.
No, he did not. He was a very honest trotter. I think he made one break out at the Meadows there. But other than that, he put his head down and he showed up every week, So that's what you need.
Let's look at the next group of champions. The first set we had, Missed Up Magic. Now this is a Dragon Again filly, $40,000 out of Lexington.
Yeah, she's okay. Kind of a Dragon Again filly attitude-wise. We keep her covered up, keep her buried, and make her always come hard late in the mile. Don't want to ever get her to be a little sour or something. We just kind of watch the attitudes a little bit on them. But great family, great-looking mare. Hopefully we'll have a little bit of luck.
And she was out there with a Pan-Pacific flight called Harmony Oaks Cricket. This is a homebred.
Homebred filly of my father's. It's the last one of an old Walton Hanover mare. I don't know if anybody that's going to listen to this really remembers Walton Hanover, but
hey, we're not that old. Come on.
She's doing okay. She's a nice filly. It was the last full out of that mare. The mare's had a lot of success with some Illinois breds, and my dad decided to send her down here for a hurrah, and she's doing well so far.
A Maritime, an American Ideal filly, $17,000 out of Harrisburg.
Yeah, she's part of a group of 10 yearlings that we purchased with the intent of selling them at during the season or towards the end of the season next year, and reasonably priced yearlings. We tried to average around $20,000. I think we spent $195,000 on 10 of the yearlings, and we're going to start advertising them here and putting them out there so people can follow them and see what there is. But she's out of a nice old mare, L'Chaim, life sign filly. And this mare's okay. We're looking for the New York Sire Stake stuff with her. Paid her into the Breeders' Crown just in case, and we'll see what happens.
Next set, a Sports Rider Colt, Sports Ideal, $16,000 out of Lexington.
Yeah, I was really surprised that we were able to pick him up for the $16,000. Big, strong colt, and I think Carl said it when you interviewed him here last week about he really likes his sports riders, but damn be it that everybody else likes theirs too. He's a really nice colt, big colt, great attitude. I think you guys are going to see some sports riders show up there. I told Doc Moore, I said, you better watch out for Shadow Play's got some competition lurking around the corner, but it should be okay. I like this horse.
What roughly have you been with your pacers?
We've been in the 30 to 35 range with them, and the trotters have been in the 35 to 40 range with pretty much everything.
Okay. Sid Rock, a rock and roll Hanover, had to dig a little deep here, 100,000 at Lexington.
Yeah, same principal ownership group that had Johnny Rock dove back in and spent some money on this colt. Is out of my fantasy. Is a great looking horse out of Lexington. We purchased him from. The mare was a good mare, a good family, and we're giving her a roll. I mean, he's got the size, he's got the gait, and for a rock and roll Hanover, he's got the right attitude. He's willing to go forward. I expect him to be at the top of my group.
For 40,000 in Harrisburg, you've got Gold Coast Muscle and Art Major.
Very tickled with this. This is a horse I did not expect to get bought. We were targeting a $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 range, and all the New York breds, whether they be Credit Winners or Art Majors or Better's Delights, they were selling for God's amount of money. This colt here, I really liked him as an individual, liked his pedigree, and he fell within our price range, and I was tickled to death that we were able to bring him home, and he's training like the horse that I was hoping he could be.
Okay. Another set, we've got Boulder Roller, a rock and roll Hanover colt, 22,000 at Lexington.
Yeah, this next set here, that's another. They're all three of them colts are part of the group there. He, I think, would have been a lot more expensive had not he been New Jersey bred. Not that he was a rock and roll Hanover. You still got a shot to have a good horse out of rock and roll Hanover. Big colt, little trappy gated. I'd like to see him be a little, have more reach to his stride. We'll probably throw some aluminums on him at some point, change his shoeing, but he puts his head down and he goes forward, which is what we're looking for right now.
Then you got Prince Sealster, one from Sealster Farms, a rock and roll heaven, 22,000 out of Harrisburg.
Yeah, I thought he was very reasonably priced for being New York bred. First shot of rock and roll heaven, we'd give them a try and see what we have. We got one homebred filly along with this colt here that we purchased. He had some splints and a little bit of a curb, and I don't know if that's what knocked his price down some, but a good, strong, solid-made individual. He's going out there, he's pacing right and doing everything he's supposed to, and we'll see the rock and roll heaven show up.
From your discussion that you've had here, you feel, from the sounds of it, that you kind of cherry-picked through the yearling sale and maybe found some value in what you bought.
That's what I try to look for. Yeah, I mean, I never really had very deep pockets. We've got some owners that have been willing to step up, and they do, and I'm very appreciative of that fact. But we got to make some money. If I buy a $20,000 yearling and I sell them for $50,000, I've got a $30,000 profit. I buy one for $60,000, that $20,000 one beats him, and I sell him for $50,000, I'm at a loss. So I'm trying to look at the nickels and dimes end of it, and what the owners put up, I put up myself too. I mean, I'm invested in quite a few of these yearlings, and it's a business. We got to run it that way.
And the last one on that set was American Messenger, an American Ideal, 22,000 out of Lexington.
Yeah, we'll see if we can do the same as what we've done with All-Star Partner. We've got him out of the Brittany Farm consignment, well-bred colt, same American Ideals. You can't say enough about what they've already done and proven to be up in New York. So same thing. He had a little bit of a curb, maybe not 100% on confirmation, but he's a good gated colt, wears no boots, puts his head down, goes forward, and we're hoping for the best.
John, thanks for making time to show us all these horses, and good luck with the rest of the winter, and hope you get everybody sold.
Me too. Thanks.
All right. Harold Howe with John Butenschoen, giving you 2-year-olds in training.